Oh, it would sound awful.
Whoa.
We can make a song.
Yeah.
Whoa.
All right.
Oh, I thought that was going to go a little bit longer.
Welcome back,
Do all sports all the time.
where we
Bring
you Kung Fu.
Episode 96.
Episode 96.
It's a Von Hargrave episode.
The
No.
Devin Bush.
Luke was confident.
I was
They knew it was
so
episode
confident.
96. We were talking about it before the camera started rolling. Luke was like, I know this one. I'm not even going to look it up, guys. I got this.
These are the other shoes.
Devin-
Why did you think Javon Hargrave wore number 96? It was
Devin
close.
Bush?
He wore 93, and I think he's
'Cause-
switching to 97 this year.
Because I didn't really know who it was. I just thought it was. I wasn't that confident. I was
False
just.
confidence.
It was putting on a show.
Do you know who
Confidence.
number 96 is on the
Yeah,
Eagles?
I already told you.
Who?
Devin Bush.
What?
No, it's
Not a player on the Eagles.
Oh, we were talking about Eagles.
He said on the Eagles.
Oh,
Devin Bush wears 50,
them.
At least I was close.
and he's on the Steelers.
With
Yeah,
90.
you were really close. It's a defensive lineman because it's 96,
Yeah.
so you can
Well,
just literally
defensive
list
lineman.
Eagles defensive
It's not
lineman.
Brandon Brooks. He's in the
Lane
50s,
Johnson.
Right?
He's an offensive lineman, and
Oh.
he wears 79.
Lane Johnson.
No.
Also an offensive lineman.
Oh,
No.
come on.
Um,
Defensive lineman on the Eagles.
Who's the really good one that forced the fumble?
Brandon Graham, but he's in the 50s. He's
Yeah.
55.
Yeah, Luke. Half a point.
Uh,
You know Fletcher Cox is 91.
91.
Fletcher
obviously.
Cox. Fletcher Cox.
What? We don't have any other offensive. Oh, Sam Alu. No. Yeah.
Oh, Tony.
Defensive
Tony
lineman.
Polamalu. Tony Polamalu.
Troy Polamalu.
Who's
Isaac
that guy?
Siamalu is 73. It's the fourth offensive
What are the
lineman. you guys
Alus?
guessed.
What are the Alus?
No.
There's so many
How
Malus.
about Prince Tega?
This is one of our starting defensive linemen. He made one of the biggest plays in Eagles history.
the fumble.
Brandon Graham.
Yeah, and then who recovered that fumble? After Brandon Graham forced it.
Trey Brett. No, I'm joking.
Oh my word.
That was a joke. He threw the pass to Nick Foles
Yes.
in the end zone. We
Yeah.
all know that.
Who recovered the fumble?
Rodney McLeod?
No? Safety 23? Clearly you guys remember this play
Malcolm Jenkins.
very well.
No.
Nope, safety
that's
27.
Still not lineman,
Nick
Parker.
Foles.
That would have been crazy.
Nick Foles appears on the field.
And Nick Foles has the ball.
How is this possible?
Don't know why. Nope.
Oh, geez, I should know this.
You guys don't know who recovered that fumble. He was a
I do
rookie
know.
that year. It was his first year.
I know.
He went to the Super Bowl.
Oh,
I know.
You'll
is
know-
Is he smaller?
He's a defensive lineman.
None of them are small, Parker.
So not Tony Sproles.
Darren
This is
Sproles.
getting really bad.
Darren Sproles.
I was hoping we'd do this quickly so we could get to the headlines because there's a bunch of them. But this is... Okay, how many hints do I have to give you? He was a rookie that year. He recovered the fumble on that huge play
What are
that
his
Brandon Graham
initials?
started.
That could help.
Hold on, we're getting there.
Okay.
PW.
He was drafted with the
Cool.
14th pick
Like that
in
helps.
that draft.
I don't remember.
If you play with the Eagles as a franchise in Madden, he always comes up as one of the people you have to sign or not as like a franchise tag.
Can you please just
He's
give
coming
us
into his
initials?
franchise tag year.
Jimmy Butler?
DB.
Oh,
Devin.
Devin
I was about to
Bush. That's what I just said.
This is
Defensive
bad.
back.
Yeah.
Devin Single.
How do I not know this?
DB. Devin
96.
What's his
DB.
first name?
Recovered Derek.
Derek
Barnett.
Yes.
Derek
Oh my
Barnett.
word.
Derek
That took way too long.
Derek Barnett. What college did he go to?
Oh, why no? Episode
Is he
96
the
for
guy that
Derek
runs
Barnett
the-
episode. 4 episodes
He
till.
was
Does he run the bookstore?
4 episodes till 100. Yeah, we
Wow.
got to do something for that. What are we going to do for episode 100? Give us ideas, please.
What won't we do?
What
for
should we
episode
do?
100?
That's a better question. But also, give us ideas. What do you guys think we should do for episode 100? Because
I think that we
there's
should
a lot of possibilities.
have a celebration.
Well, yeah, but in what way?
Well, I think that celebrations can be whatever your heart desires. Owen.
Okay.
I took
There's
off
just
on that
ever-changing
Saturday.
celebrations through space and
I
time.
took off on that Saturday like 4 weeks ago because
call.
actually like 2 weeks ago because I knew it was the 100th
Yeah.
episode.
That's
What,
dedication.
It's May
right there.
15th, right?
Did you know that you could
That's
make
the day I
money
took off,
by
so
doing this
I think so.
podcast? Luke, for example, is making money right now.
No,
just sitting here.
Not
Shit,
true.
Not true.
What?
My shift starts later.
Oh, never mind. Luke is.
Oh, when the day he took off? Okay, that was...
No, because it wasn't paid time off. Did I? Oh, here.
You don't
We've got
get
a
paid
story
time
for
off.
you guys.
Story time.
Story time.
Alright.
Should we wait till story time? Or should
No, we
story
can
time?
do,
Okay.
do it
story
now.
time now.
Chick-fil-A shut down.
Chick-fil-A it's down.
It dead.
It's dead.
What?
For
Dead?
until Monday.
Until
Okay.
Monday.
Jeez.
There was COVID,
COVID.
and so
the
Luke,
specific Chick-fil-A that you work at.
Yes.
Luke gets paid for doing nothing.
Yeah. So basically, there was a COVID case. Thankfully, I was not working with this person.
It was Luke.
Yes, it was me.
Run.
Actually,
I have
That was a
COVID
terrible
in me
fake
right
call.
now.
yes.
He does.
I just got
Vaccine.
But yeah, they shut down the restaurant for a few days.
That's the episode title.
To-
Parker has COVID.
Shut down the episode. Shut down the restaurant for a few days to deep clean and stuff. And I'm still getting paid for my shift hours, even though I don't work.
Luckily, he had scheduled to work the entire day, Friday and Saturday, right before they shut down,
Wow,
because
that's
he
crazy.
found out that there was a COVID case,
Yeah.
anticipated the shutdown, and now he gets paid for like
That's good thinking,
40
Luke.
hours a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love how you set that up to work all day on a school day. It would have worked out really well. That's nice that Chick-fil-A, like the way that it happened, was it Thursday or Friday that they shut down?
Thursday at 4:30.
Thursday. So then you do the deep clean Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Sunday you're closed anyway.
Yeah,
So it
exactly.
works out nicely. If it had been on a Monday,
Then I would have gotten.
would not have fit as well. Whoa. Luke loves working at Chick-fil-A.
I do
Never
like
mind.
working there.
All right, we've got a lot of stuff to talk about.
Yes,
Let's
we
get into
do.
our headlines.
Jump into the
Beat
headlines.
drop.
Here we go. A lot of stuff happened. A lot of surprising retirements.
Yes, sir.
That's not something to be super excited about, but
yes,
okay.
sir.
The beat drop gets you excited. So, Julian Edelman,
Bye bye, Julie.
longtime Patriots slot receiver,
Well, you were a Patriot.
was cut and then
We
retired.
still loved you. You were a great receiver.
Yes, people were saying he should be in the Hall of Fame. We can get into that. It was
False.
very emotional. LaMarcus Aldridge shockingly retired due to health reasons. Nobody saw that one coming.
He had an irregular heartbeat.
Yeah, again, not
For
something to be
rumor.
super excited about.
No.
Jadeveon Clowney signed with the Browns on a one-year deal. Great move for a team that's going to be a really awesome team this year.
Boo.
Really improve them.
Boo.
Anthony Edwards does not know who A-Rod is. That's a weird one. The Sixers beat the Nets to take over first place in the East. This is brought to you guys by JG Graybill. I think Luke is dancing. I don't know what a better word to describe it is. We're gonna call it dancing. It's kind of
Luke is
Creeping me
channeling
out.
his inner blobfish.
his neck movements are.
Hey, I love blobfish. They're
scary.
amazing.
Yeah.
I don't think
Oh, and can you
blobfish
just like
have
prop
necks,
blobfish
though.
onto my face right here?
Well, but it was your neck movement. I don't think blobfish have necks.
They do.
That they
No,
can
right here.
move like
There's
that.
a blobfish on my face
Just-
as we're talking.
Okay.
Oh, there's
Sure.
another one.
There's another one. What's another headline?
Uh,
I don't know.
I have a headline.
Donovan Mitchell hurt his ankle. Yeah. Oh man. All right. Speaking of Donovan Mitchell hurting his ankle, our fantasy basketball season. I know most of you don't care about this, but trust me, this is interesting. Our fantasy basketball season is winding down. It's the last week. Parker is in last place in his division. But our division is loaded. So there's
Loaded.
8 teams, 4 in each division.
I'm about
the
to lose
division
a
Parker and
10-week
I
win streak.
The division Parker and I are in is loaded. Luke's is awful.
Yeah.
And so he's just easily in first place. He's going to make the playoffs. Nobody cares about him losing his 10-game winning streak because we don't feel bad for
I
him
care
at all.
about it.
Parker is in last place, but if he wins and somebody else loses, he jumps up to second place and will make the playoffs.
Yep.
And
That is projected to happen
many
right
teams
now.
make
yeah,
the playoffs?
he's in
4?
position 4. He's in position to do it, and then it would be a Luke Parker matchup. You'd have the 4 seed.
Yep.
I have the second best team in the league behind Luke, and
I have the I have the best team in the league.
My team is loaded, okay? I have Joel Embiid, I have Kevin Durant, and I had Zion Williamson. Parker was making me some very enticing offers for Zion, and I was thinking, okay, my team is super loaded, and I would rather have 2 guys that both score 20 than 1 guy that scores 35. Just because better depth, I can play more of them at the same time. And he offered me Tyrese Halliburton and Donovan Mitchell, both of whom are point guards. And my only
I
point
offered
guard
him his choice.
was Kobe White, so I needed to improve my point
I offered
guards.
him his choice.
Yes.
He could choose Devin Booker or Donovan Mitchell, whoever he wanted.
Paired with
Paired
Tyrese
with
Halliburton
Tyrese Halliburton.
for Zion. I took Donovan Mitchell, and literally the day the trade went through, yesterday, Donovan Mitchell exits the Utah Jazz game with a severe ankle injury.
Yep.
Let me give you the rundown on my roster.
So frustrating.
So I've got an insane
we have to
roster.
give
There's
them the
a
whole
whole
run?
2
Okay.
players that I know. 3. I know who Trae Young is. Trae Young, he's a player
Yes.
in the NBA who's supposedly good.
Mhm.
Tobias Harris, he plays for the Sixers, therefore I know who he is.
Yep.
And Josh Allen, who I thought was a quarterback for the Buffalo Bills,
That's not Josh
but
Allen. It's
I-
Jarrett Allen.
but Josh Allen is for some reason on my fantasy basketball team.
You
Jarrett.
said
So
Josh
there
Allen.
is a solid rundown of my fantasy basketball team.
Anyway,
First place somehow.
I think I'm the king at making
Dominating.
trades. I'm just gonna say that right now.
Because the guy you traded magically got hurt the day after.
I bet
No,
Parker
I-
flew out to wherever he plays and hurt him.
Parker had Dwayne Wade buy his stake in the Utah Jazz specifically to have Donovan Mitchell get injured. That's what happened.
See, the thing is about my trades, I just feel like there's some divine thing inside of me called intuition that makes me make these trades, and so therefore I
Isn't tuition
execute.
like college prices?
No,
Intuition is different
Intuition.
than tuition.
So if you're in tuition, you're in college prices.
Also in debt. But he's not going to college. So then what?
So his SATs don't matter.
Exactly.
yeah.
Comes full circle.
I mean, I might just.
Not at all.
I might have just sat down on the couch and.
I get it.
Eat
SAT,
a potato
SAT. So what trades are you speaking of? You've made this trade and you've made the DK Metcalf James Robinson trade, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, but
It's
it
a good
worked
track
out. I
record,
also
but it's
made-
limited.
Remember the Zeke trade?
No.
You don't remember the Zeke trade?
What was the Zeke trade?
Me and you made a Zeke trade, like, what, 3 years
I
ago?
did not remember this. No.
2 or 3 years
What
ago?
was the deal?
I don't remember exactly. No,
Yeah.
no, it might have been. I think I gave up Zeke and he got injured like the week after
Ah.
I gave him up to you.
Well, then this is the second time that's happened. I don't know how you do it, Parker.
I tried to know
But-
more about basketball by playing fantasy basketball, but I still don't know anything.
But his team is amazing, so you
But
can
I
tell
don't know what I'm
people you
doing.
know.
My team is the best.
You can
team
tell
in the
people
league.
you know.
My team's the best team in the league.
No, I'm not gonna
He
lie to
keeps
people.
saying it, and then Luke's just gonna annihilate him in the first round of the
No,
playoffs.
Don't
you
say
guys
that, 'cause
don't
then it's not
realize.
gonna happen.
You guys don't realize how good my team
Your
is.
team has been so good this year, Luke. Are you watching the Winter Soldier?
no.
While
I'm
we're
trying to find a
doing
clip
this?
that someone said something that
Why?
reminded me a lot of what me and Parker would say on the podcast.
You could have just
so.
quoted it.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
but
don't-
you don't remember it?
I don't remember to the
Whoa,
word.
that guy just threw a spear at the
That was
other
a girl.
guy. I couldn't tell, man. It was a blur. It started
That's one of
somebody's throwing a spear.
That is a girl.
It was
That is
just,
a
it
clear
all happened
female.
really quickly, okay?
That's Zemo.
All right. I don't know who that is. That doesn't help.
That,
Me identifying
you don't know
Marvel.
who the Dormilaggio?
Me identifying Marvel characters is the equivalent of them identifying Eagles defensive linemen, apparently. That's a game.
That's true.
Marvel character, defensive lineman, and we'll see who does worse. Should we start talking about the retirements?
Parker, did you
There's
watch?
a
There was a
lot- oh, my
post-credit
word.
scene last night.
Yeah, did you see it?
I didn't.
You didn't see it?
Well-
You didn't watch it?
That's because we didn't.
Oh,
All right, pause everything. Luke's live reaction to the Winter Soldier episode 5 end credit
Oh,
scene.
I did see this. I watched it on YouTube.
Never mind.
Never mind. We're all good.
Way to hype that up. All right.
I was just scrolling through the bar and I thought I saw something that I hadn't seen before. Then I saw it on YouTube.
Yeah.
We're good.
So LaMarcus Aldridge unexpectedly retired. The Nets are still loaded anyway, but the Sixers beat them because the Nets played like nobody except for Kyrie Irving. The Sixers are trying to get the 1 seed, which is actually very valuable
Yeah.
because if you get the 1 seed, you get to play the 4 seed in the playoffs instead of a 2-3 matchup in the second round. And the 4 seed is most likely either the Heat or the Hornets or the
Hawks, yeah.
and I'd much rather play them than the Bucks.
Mhm.
So the 1 seed is actually really important this year in East, and the Sixers have the inside track to that. So that's huge. Joel Embiid, MVP'd.
Mhm.
Let's get it done, people. Nikola
then-
Jokic is still leading, but Embiid's making a push.
I'm just gonna say right here, right now, I was invested in Paul George, and over the past 5 games, he's scored 30 plus every single game.
There you go. And then if I
Did I call it?
bought one of Parker's Paul George cards that he's invested in, he would probably tear his ACL the next day.
Probably.
So-
Yeah, probably. So I'm
Yeah.
not going to sell you any.
Julian Edelman also retired. Not as shocking. The Patriots cut him, and then very soon after he retired. He was a really good player, but people were feeling emotional, showing highlights from Super Bowls, and thought he should be in the Hall of Fame. Luke, what are you doing now?
Just keep talking. I'm listening.
Listening to the Winter Soldier is what he's listening to. But we can agree Julian Edelman's not a Hall of Famer, right? We
Yeah,
don't
I
really
agree.
have to have that.
I feel like Julian is
Discussion
more of
that
a
much.
girl's name, therefore he should not be accepted.
Sure. Interesting analysis there. Jadeveon Clowney to the Browns. The Browns now have 3 number 1 overall picks. A really good defensive
But you do
line.
realize that
They've
doesn't
beefed
matter?
up their defense in free agency.
I'm just going to let you know.
If
Michael
they make a
Jordan,
good draft pick,
Oh, here it is.
the Browns will make it to the AFC Championship game.
Did you know Michael Jordan wasn't drafted first?
Yes.
Do
Just
you
like
know who
Tom-
was?
Tom Brady.
No,
just kidding. He was
somebody who was not
Trash
as
for
good as
that
him.
year.
Exactly. You don't know who it is.
Yeah.
Number 1 picks aren't always good.
Yeah, I know.
And Jadeveon Clowney is washed up. Not good.
Jadavion.
Jadeveon.
He said
They also have Baker Mayfield, Myles Garrett, an improved defense,
Baker Mayfield.
and
Oh,
experience.
Miles
He's gonna
Garrett.
bake some cookies in
Oh,
a Mayfield.
no.
Ah!
Might run away before I get hit by another helmet.
Baker Mayfield is good enough to take the Browns all the way. They're going to build off of last year.
No,
They're going to make the
You
playoffs
know who
again
can carry them?
and make
Nick
a better
Chubb.
run than last
Baker
year.
Mayfield was terrible. Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt single-handedly
Baker Mayfield is a
double-handedly
facilitator.
carried that team.
Yeah.
Yeah, Baker Mayfield's good enough.
No, he's not.
The rest of the team, it's one of the best
Daniel
rosters.
Jones is
He
better
is
than
garbage
Baker
in a
Mayfield.
brown shirt. That's what he is.
Yes.
You just said Daniel Jones is better than Baker Mayfield.
I thought you wouldn't catch
I would
that.
agree with that.
Oh my word. Okay, I'm not even. We all know that's not true.
Okay.
Baker's just got to go
The
back.
Browns have
back,
a top
back to
10
his-
roster in the NFL.
back to his home,
Owen, where's your
back
Bluetooth
to his
speaker?
family where he can just bake some
I don't know
bread
where Parker put it.
in
I
his
need it.
bakery.
Mm.
Baker's Bakery.
Yeah. Anthony Edwards doesn't know who A-Rod is. I don't really know what to say about that headline. That's just weird. How do you not know who A-Rod is?
I mean,
I don't understand.
I
that
know.
at all.
I think it's also a Hot Wheel. Anyway, go on.
Yep.
Aaron Rodgers?
No, Alex Rodriguez. Alex
Oh,
Rodriguez bought
Steroids?
the Minnesota. Well, that too. He bought the Minnesota Timberwolves, but it doesn't go into effect for a couple of years. I don't understand all the details. And yeah, they asked Anthony Edwards about it, and he was just like, "Who's that? I don't
Yeah.
know who A-Rod is."
And he
Which
could
is
have gone
so
pro in
weird.
baseball.
I don't understand how that. Yeah, Anthony Edwards is so good at baseball. How do you not know? I don't know, man. That was strange.
Who's better, A-Rod or Kyler Murray?
Kyler, can you turn
What,
your...
at-
Yeah, Kyler.
at-
Kyler Murray's better.
Football or at baseball?
Okay. Owen, you have to pick out from this scene which statement sounds like something me and Parker would say.
Okay.
Marvel is the greatest thing ever. I don't think the characters in Marvel would say that though.
If
That
this
would make sense.
loads.
Okay.
Parker, you
Nice.
gotta
What's
remember.
something
You gotta
they
remember
would
this.
say?
scene.
This
It was-
episode was loaded.
Tom Brady's the GOAT. Do
Okay,
they
are you
reference
ready?
Tom Brady in
Are you
Marvel?
ready?
Right.
Anyway, all we can do now is sit tight and just chill. Sometimes there's nothing to do until there's something to do.
That's bizarrely wise.
Do you hear what he said?
Parker would say, there's always nothing to do until there's something to do, and then you or I would say that's bizarrely wise.
I thought of you
Yeah.
immediately
Parker,
when I heard that quote last night.
perfectly summarizes. Parker is bizarrely wise.
Thank you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Thank
that's,
you.
That's
And
Thank
that is
you.
perfect.
Thank you.
I mean, it's not wrong. There's nothing to do until there's something.
I mean,
I thought of you right away when
not
watching
wrong.
this last night.
yeah, that's that's great.
See that when
That
I
is-
was watching it,
that perfectly
my
describes
take
Parker.
on that statement, I just nodded along in my head, just yeah.
Of course, you didn't second guess it.
No, I didn't.
Yeah. Luke, you got some new shoes for longtime
I
listeners.
very much did.
They will know about your
Shoe
shoe
crisis.
escapades.
No.
Shoe
Shoe
scapades.
Shoescapades.
story.
I like shoescapades. Luke had lot of difficulty getting a single pair of shoes from a
That
specific
I never actually
a
got.
specific company.
Luke ended up
Yeah,
getting,
what was it,
instead of getting
three attempts
shoes,
before you
he
gave
got
up?
shingles.
Yeah. No.
What?
I did not get shingles. Yeah, 3 attempts, and then I gave up and just got a pair of shoes.
Yeah.
At a store.
And you learned your lesson. You went in person instead of
Yeah.
buying them online.
Yeah, and I didn't go to
Did-
the store that didn't send it to me. I went to
Did
the
you
store.
succeed this time? What are you trying to do?
Yes, because I actually bought them in person.
Nice. Do we? What are you doing, man? Parker's like fake putting stuff in my hood.
Yeah, I am.
Okay. So, the shoes have insoles.
Yes.
They're the correct size.
Yes.
And you had to get them because I broke your other pair
Well,
when we played basketball.
One pair was, yes, because I didn't have another pair of, like, athletic shoes. And
All me, baby.
the other pair was just because I wanted a new pair of shoes. Because
Fair
they're more
reason.
casual.
No. Well, I prefer to focus on the fact that I forced you to buy a
Yes.
new pair of shoes because I just destroyed
They
them.
were on the edge. I needed new ones, but I wasn't quite there yet.
Broke them.
And then Owen made
Yes.
that fact evident that I
Destroyed
needed
it.
new shoes.
Yes, I did. All right, the draft is in 2 weeks. We will have our big, hardcore.
Yes,
Next week's
we
episode,
will.
just a heads up, is probably going to be like 90% draft talk.
No,
So if you're not
probably
into the draft,
100% draft.
or that 90 to 100,
And
in
we're
the
not
range.
talking
If you're
military,
not into
we're
that,
talking
just
NFL.
a heads up. I hope we're not talking about that type of draft. But yeah, NFL draft. But we're going to talk about it a little bit right now. I don't know what Luke is doing with his mic.
Too bad these things don't work.
Yeah. If they did, oh my word, the way you guys like bump them around, oh, it would sound awful.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
We can make a song.
whoa, 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 whoa.
All right.
Oh, I thought that was going to go a little bit longer.
Oh.
We're going to touch on the draft a little bit. We've got 2 things. One, we're going to do top 5 prospects that will either do better than expected or will just be good, period. And then 5 prospects that will not do as well as expected.
Yes, I
So
agree.
for my 5, right? I'm not going to include Trevor Lawrence and Zach Wilson. I think they're going to be really good, but I'm just not going to include them. Okay, just because I feel like that's the easy route out.
We all agree that Trevor Lawrence and Zach Wilson will be very good.
Yes. So I'm going to go with who I think will be the best wide receiver, Devonta Smith. So I think he's going to be like better than expected, right?
Okay.
We're going to go Rondale Moore. He's been super hyped up, but he could literally be Tyreek 2.0. He has the same speed in his 40. He has a higher vert by 2 inches, and I mean the guy's a little power ball. And since Henry Ruggs last year was, I guess, not like a bust 100%,
He wasn't as great as
but he wasn't
they
as great as
expected.
people
Yeah.
thought. And now I feel like it's gonna go like every other, right? Like Tyreek, then a bust, then
Yeah.
another good wide receiver. So I'm betting on Rondale Moore. I think some good wide receivers towards the second round, right?
Late first, early
Late
second.
first, early second. Rashad Bateman. In this he's projected 34, right?
Yeah.
He could go higher, but he's a beast. Minnesota. He's 6'2". He's got a good wingspan.
There's not a lot of big
210.
wide receivers in this draft. He's one of the few.
He's one of the few, and I think he's going to be very good. History has
Yeah.
shown that some wide receivers in the late first round, early second round are good.
Yeah. You got one more.
One more, sure. We'll go
Better
up.
than expected. Or
Yeah,
just
better than
really
expected.
Good, period.
I think Micah Parsons is going to be a force in the league to be reckoned with for the next 8 to 10 years. Kind of like the guy on Carolina Panthers. What's his name? The really good defensive player,
Luke Kuechly,
Luke Kuechly.
former
Former
member of the
yeah.
Carolina Panthers. All right, my top 5 guys. I went more just straight up. They will be good than
Yeah.
Then sleeper.
underrated. Yeah. Zach Wilson, Jamar Chase, Kyle Pitts, top 3. Those guys will all be ridiculously good. Penei Sewell.
Yeah, Kyle Pitts is another one. He's just a
Kyle
generational
Pitts is
talent.
gonna be ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
I would put Kyle if I were drafting as we can get into this more next week. If I were doing straight up rankings, Kyle Pitts is over any of the wide receivers for me.
I would
He's
agree with that.
ridiculous.
He was on my top 3 list or whatever list.
Penei Sewell gonna be a great tackle. And then
He's one of those guys who's just going to be dominant forever.
Yeah, for one that's a little bit more not like a lock that people are expecting as a top 5 pick. Jalen Waddle has kind of been overlooked as the Alabama wide receivers. He was just as good as Devonta Smith last year. Just didn't get quite as much attention. He's probably going to slip maybe outside the top 10, but I think he'll be just as good as Jamar Chase, Devonta Smith, if not better.
I like it.
Luke, who you got as some of your top guys?
Um,
I'm sure we've overlapped a couple, but
I'm going to agree with, for top quarterback, Zach Wilson. I think he is, I would even argue, just as good as Trevor Lawrence.
oh yeah.
Like he's shown himself.
It's
been
gonna
able to
be
do a lot
so
of things,
fun to see
so.
who wins MVP.
Yeah.
It's gonna be so fun. Like for the rookies, I mean rookie of the year.
Rookie of the year, yeah.
Owen kind of touched on this a lot. Kyle Pitts, I think, is just an insane prospect coming into this draft, and Owen said that he would take him over any wide receiver, and I would argue to say that I wish the Eagles would get in a position to take him, but
They were in a position to
I know
take
exactly they were, and they
They
traded
left
out of
it.
it.
That's what
But they are in talks to trade back up, so they've got a lot of leverage.
If Pitts slips,
yeah,
basically if he gets past the Dolphins,
I would
they might move up.
love the Eagles to have Kyle
Yes.
Pitts. And the other one that I was looking at for kind of really, really good coming out of this draft was Patrick Surtain. I feel like that. I feel like Surtain, Tam.
Yeah, it's spelled Tame, but it's pronounced Tan. It's weird.
Anyway,
I would
I think-
love it if the Eagles got him.
yeah,
Speaking
I think
of people, we
a
want
lot of
them to
people
get.
when they think really good coming out of the
Dude.
draft are looking at like offensive quarterback, wide receiver, even Kyle Pitts with the tight end, but a good corner is going to make a solid
Dude.
team.
And he's from Alabama. You know
Exactly.
he's polished.
And then
I would love that.
Two
Patrick
players
Surtain.
that I don't think are going to come out great.
We
One
gotta go not good.
One
Yeah.
being,
or just overrated.
yeah. I know he's listed 22, but Mac Jones. I am not feeling confident in Mac Jones this year in this draft. He's not going to be bad, but he's just, people I think are overhyping him.
Okay.
Number 2, and this one's still way better than Mac Jones, but just because of where he went to college, Trey Lance. I don't believe in
We don't like
quarterbacks.
North
I
Dakota
don't
State
believe in-
anymore.
I don't believe in quarterbacks coming out of North Dakota.
He's gonna be good for
See.
1 year, then he's gonna get hurt.
Yeah,
Not
I
win
don't
MVP.
believe in those kind of quarterbacks. Those
Okay.
are against my beliefs.
All right.
And
Against my business.
Oh my word.
another
Okay.
player that I don't think will live up to the hype is who was it? Devonta Smith.
Oh wow.
Which-
Devonta Smith.
All right.
Let me talk.
I understand.
We
I
have differing
think
opinions on that.
that
I understand it.
I think he's going to be a good wide receiver. He's definitely going to be good because he's shown himself. He's on between pro days and just his college career, like
Winning a Heisman.
Yeah, exactly.
It's pretty
He's
good.
a
been
Heisman.
great, but I think maybe his first rookie season, he's gonna be good. Like, I'm trying to think.
T. Higgins was good, but not
Yeah,
insane
exactly.
this year.
I think giving him a year in the NFL, he's gonna be good, and then the year after, he's gonna get a lot better. I think he's just I don't know.
He's
if
going to do
ready.
the DK Metcalf
yeah
second year jump.
So you're
That's
saying
what I
not
think.
to that level.
That's what I
DK
think.
Metcalf is
But
insane.
maybe
though.
not to that level.
If he turns
No,
into DK
no,
Metcalf,
not to
like,
that level,
The,
but like
the second year jump.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be better in his second year than in his first year. That's my opinion.
Okay. It's an interesting take. I agree with you on Trey Lance just because
We
there's...
don't believe in quarterbacks out of North Dakota State.
No,
Oh, okay.
because all of these quarterbacks are being rated very highly, but as we know, they can't all be good. There's going to be one that's not as good as the rest, at least one. And if there's going to be one, I think it would be Trey Lance just because of the small sample size.
That's true.
He's the one we've seen the least. We haven't seen Mac Jones a ton, but the games we saw him in were with Alabama winning a national championship. Trey Lance, who was at North Dakota State. I think people are hating on Mac Jones a little too much. I didn't like Mac. I think the first ever he won't be good I did was Mac Jones, but I've come around on him. Dan Orlovsky loves him, and Chris Sims loves him.
Good
And
for
those
them.
two, I trust two guys that played quarterback in the NFL more than I trust most draft analysts. So that's influenced this opinion a lot. But I think Mac Jones is going to be better than people expect. He was close to making my underrated list. Mac Jones is going to be a solid NFL quarterback.
The name Mac Jones sounds like the guy who works a sedentary desk job and eats McDonald's 2 meals a day every single day. That's what that name
Kyle
sounds like.
Pitts also doesn't sound like an athletic guy either, so
Neither does
you can
Chet.
slow down on that
Chet.
one. Exactly. Another guy I have that I think will be overrated, Najee Harris, running back out of Alabama.
Yeah.
I don't understand why teams are taking running backs in the first round still, because even if it does work out, the running backs deteriorate so quickly. I don't think he's necessarily going to be bad. I just think he's going to get drafted. So he's going to get drafted at a high spot where the expectations are too high. And also J.C. Horn, defensive back. I think he'll be okay.
Wait,
I just think there's
isn't
other.
he a cornerback?
Yeah, I think there's other.
You said defensive back.
That's the same thing. Defensive back is just like corners and safeties
Okay.
together. I think that he'll be all right. I think that there's definitely better corners in this draft. If the Eagles take him, I would not be very excited about it.
Okay. All right. My first guy is Tyson Campbell out of Georgia. Right. This guy is projected. He's a cornerback, and I feel like this guy's gonna get hurt in like his first year in the league and just not be the same.
What gives you that idea?
Well, like the intuition.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when
I can't question it.
No,
All right,
when
all right,
this
all right.
when this happens,
All right.
just put this clip and we can show it. He's gonna get hurt. Tyson Campbell not gonna be a very good cornerback. Next, this is gonna be the most surprising one that there's ever been so far.
All right.
You ready for this?
Yes.
Jamar Chase.
Really?
Yes.
You don't think he's going to be that
Do I
good?
think he's going to be trash? No.
Uh-huh.
He's getting drafted in the top 5, maybe.
Yeah.
There's no way he's going to be trash unless he gets just completely wrecked and injured as soon as he starts. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think that he's just way overrated, in my opinion.
Wow.
He has proven in college that he's good, but I just don't think he should even be drafted in the first round.
Wait a second.
Okay, no.
No,
That
no,
might
no,
be
no.
a little far.
Well,
Okay.
when he,
Drafted
That's
top 5,
no.
maybe not, but
I'm telling you,
even in the first
he's
round.
not. The talent, he's way too overhyped.
If you're right about this, you're the only one, man.
I mean, yeah, I am the only
You've
one.
picked a lane.
I think I get $5 from each of you.
Wow.
If this actually
No,
happens.
nobody
I'm
said
not,
that.
No one made a bet.
But
What?
I'm just saying right now, I don't think Jamar Chase is going to be all
Wow.
I respect your take. You
Okay.
guys respected my take. I'll respect your take.
All right. I feel like I have to come in with a hot take now because you've got that. We respected you on.
I can-
multiple.
I can
What was your hottest take?
Ever?
No.
Oh, in
of
this?
the draft. Parker's obviously Jamar Chase was the hottest.
Probably
Yours
the
is probably
Devonta.
Devonta Smith not
Yeah.
being that good. Okay. I'll go
Better in his second year.
the opposite. I'll say Caleb Farley,
Caleb Farley.
cornerback, defensive back, out of Virginia Tech, was the number 1 corner last year for this draft. He's had back problems. The injury concerns are having him slip down the board. He's going to be the best corner in this draft.
There you go.
That was
Do you want the Eagles to draft
very
him?
rash statement. I would be totally fine if the Eagles drafted Caleb Farley. I would like that pick. So, that is the draft talk. We will get even more into that next week. Hopefully we'll have a guest, possibly.
Noche. Who?
Hint. You'll find out.
Okay.
Um,
See, I'm not even in the
it's a
loop.
teaser for next week. But
It's a tease.
what was that? Whenever your plumbing starts making weird noises like that, you know who to call, Luke.
Ghostbusters.
Nope,
No.
don't call them.
JG Graybill.
It's you this week.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I thought you
Yeah.
were going to keep going
No,
with
I
the
was,
song.
I was listening. Oh,
That was-
oh, okay. JG
Parody
Graybill.
song, J.G. Graybill, Ghostbusters.
Parker left. That's never good. JG Graybill is your family-owned and operated plumbing company that will do all your plumbing needs because plumbing needs done sometimes. If you're
It does. Luke knows from experience.
Yes, we do. If your pipes are broken, if you want some hydronic heating installed, just call JG Graybill. Let them know that you want this done. But if you want other stuff done and you don't know what all they do, just go to their website, JG Graybill, or www.jggraybill.com, and see what all they do. And if you want to call them, you can call them at 717. I haven't done this in a while.
Don't do that.
717.
Why did...
768-3276. And
Not do that. I was talking to
Oh,
Parker.
yeah,
Don't
yeah.
do that because
Yeah.
he looked like he was about to pour a water bottle on Luke's head.
No, I was just drinking.
Don't pour the water bottle
call
on
JG
Luke's
Graybill.
head.
Use their services and mention
Do
all
do
sports
that.
all the time to receive $25 off your order. And with that $25, you can buy yourself a water bottle that doesn't dump on Luke's head.
Yes, the best kind of water
Best
bottle.
I was just trying to take a sip from it.
You went like this. shushing me as you sneak up behind Luke holding an open water bottle. So sorry for expecting you to do something like that.
Because if you would have dumped it on me, it would have gotten on Owen's laptop.
Yeah, it would have gotten all over this
Very nice
sheet we have on the table.
It would have gotten.
It would have
on
probably
top
gotten
of
on the
Owen's lap
speaker.
as well.
Haha, I get it, because last name. Funny.
And laptop and your lap. Like
I was
your
That
talking
was
about
what
your
he was
lap.
saying the first time. You just
And
copied.
he said on top of Owen's lap.
Yeah,
his
that's right.
laptop, and then
Yeah.
lap because your last name's yeah, exactly.
Yep.
No, I was
Let's just keep explaining
I
all
was
the
just trying
jokes.
to make myself think.
Thinking is
Hard.
yeah.
It is. It really is hard. All right, we talked about sports a lot this week. Good job, everybody.
And transcendentalism.
We didn't get what? We didn't get very off topic.
Oh no, we didn't.
We didn't. We did a pretty good job.
I think we did well.
We did a good
Not
job.
bad, not bad.
Personally, I like it when we get off topic because sometimes it ends up being hilarious.
But then it's not recording, so.
Well, yeah, that's
Is it
true.
recording?
It happens a lot where it
It is
stops.
recording.
All right, well, we can stop the recording now because that was episode 96. Come back for comprehensive draft coverage next
Yes,
week.
sir.
We will be all in on that. Thanks for listening, guys.
Bye.